So if we talk about the indices and cube root, see what we have learned in the last lecture, what is indices. So in the earlier standard, we have what learned about the indices and the law of indices that we all have what learned in the 7th standard. After that, what they have given the product of 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 can be expressed what in terms of or as that is what 2 raised to 5, because we are what multiplying that to what 5 times, in which that 2 is what 2 is representing, that one is known as base, and the 5 that is what known as index, and that is also called as what power of that indices. Okay, so in the index form, and this representation in this format, that one is known as what index form. This kind of representation is what known as index form, in that phi is representing as a what index and a is what representing as a base. I hope these two things are clear. Okay, after that we have discussed about the what laws of indices. There are what how many laws they have given, total 8 laws. The first one is what a raised to m into a raised to n, that is equal to a raised to m plus n. So very simple, we have discussed that is what 5 raised to 2 into 5 raised to 3, that become what 5 raised to 2 plus 3. If we talk about the second one, what they have given, a raised to m divided by a raised to n, that is equal to nothing but what a raised to m minus n, that is equal to nothing but what a raised to m minus n. So very simple, that is, let's say if I will say 5 raised to 3 divided by 5 raised to 2, so we can write 5 raised to 3 minus 2, that is equal to 5 raised to 1. Okay, next is what, let's say if we have example 5 into 2 raised to 3, if we have 5 into 2 raised to 3 to the whole raised to 3, so what we can write this one, we can separate the powers, we can separate the power, and we can write 5 raised to 3 into 2 raised to 3, you will get the same answer. When we take a raised to 0, not only a raised to 0, I can take any number. If I will write that number raised to 0, that become 1. So keep in mind anything raised to 0. How you can understand anything raised to 0? If I will write p raised to 0 is how much? So p raised to 0 is nothing but what? Equal to 1. Understood? So you have to keep in your mind that whenever you will get, okay, anything raised to 0, then you can write that one as a what? Equal to 1. You can write what? That power is power, whenever you will get power as a 0, you can write what? Equal to 1. Okay. After that, the fifth one, what they have given the fifth one? Very simple, a raised to minus m. Whenever you will get power is what in terms of negative, you can write what equal to 1 upon a raised to m. That power, the entire term will what come in the denominator. That will come in the what? Denominator. If we go for the sixth one, what they have given, a raised to m raised to n, that is equal to a raised to mn. A raised to m raised to n, that is equal to a raised to mn. What is meaning of that? For example, if I will write 5 raised to 2 the whole raised to 3, 5 raised to 2 and the whole raised to 3, that can be written as 5 raised to 2 into 3. We will multiply those two numbers 2 and 3, and that become what? 5 raised to 6. I hope this one is clear to you all. Next to that, we have discussed about the what? A upon b the whole raised to m. We have discussed about a upon b the whole raised to m, that is equal to a raised to m divided by a raised to m. A raised to m divided by a raised to m. So we can separate. How we can separate? Very simple. See this. If I will get in this way, 5 upon 7 the whole raised to 2. So I can write 5 raised to 2 divided by 7 raised to 2. So you can write in this way. Understood? Or any doubt in this?
No, sir.
Good.
No, sir.
Next to that, what they have given, the next one, the last one, that is what a upon b raised to minus m. Whenever you will get a fraction power is what? Negative. Whenever you will get what? A fraction power is negative. Listen carefully what I'm saying. Whenever you will get fraction power negative, what you can do? You can write numerator in terms of denominator and denominator in terms of numerator. How? See this. If I have 2 by 3 raised to, let's say we have minus 5. If we have 2 by 3 raised to minus 5, power is negative. If I want to convert that power in positive, so what we can do, we can interchange the numerator and denominator by each other. So we can write 2 by 3 as a 3 by 2, and that power become what? Minus 5 to what? That become plus 5. So this is the process, and this is what also a law of indices. How? Because whenever we will separate this, as we know that, see this, how this one is converted in this format, that is 3 by 2 raised to 5. The reason, see this, if you can understand, just try to understand at this place. I'm going to explain the entire process, how we have converted and how we have got that statement. See this, try to understand. If we talk about 2 by 3 and the whole raised to minus 5, if I want to separate this, as we know that a upon b raised to m, I can write a raised to m divided by b raised to m. So I can write this one as a what? 2 raised to minus 5 divided by 3 raised to minus 5. As we know that when the power is what? Negative, we will write what? In terms of 1 upon a raised to m. If we have a raised to minus m, so what we are writing? 1 upon a raised to m. So this 2, I can write 1 upon 2 raised to plus 5. See, this is what, next to that, there is what? Just try to understand. This is what in a multiplication, why I'm writing in a multiplication, just try to understand. Or you can understand in this way also. See this. This 2 raised to minus 5, we will write in a denominator, that become 1 upon 2 raised to plus 5. If we go for 3 raised to minus 5, this can be written as 1 upon 3 raised to what? Plus 5, in this way. If I'm correct, say this, check. Is it correct? Yes or no? Anyone answer? What I have done, I have written 2 raised to minus 5 as a what? 1 upon 2 raised to plus 5. In the same manner, we have written 3 raised to minus 5 as a what? 1 upon 3 raised to plus 5. Is it clear? Is it clear to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next to that, what we can write? Say this. As we know that, say this, just try to understand. As we know that a upon b upon c, if you will get fraction in this way, a divided by b upon c. So what we are writing? C will come in a what? Numerator. Yes or no? In the same manner, if we talk about 3 raised to 5, this term will go what? Go in the numerator, and that become 3 raised to 5, that is what? Positive. And in the denominator, we get 2 raised to 5 as a what? Negative. Till now, everything is clear. And thus, the whole
Yes,
thing I
sir.
can write 3 by 2, the whole power as a what? Positive 5. See, we have started from negative. We have started from what? Negative, and we have reached to what? For the positive power. But when you will see the inner portion, that is what? Inside term, that is 2 upon 3. I have written 3 upon 2 now. I hope this one is clear. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Anyone want to ask any question related to this? See,
Yes, sir.
any problem you all have faced by solving
Sir.
these questions? Yes.
Sir, can you explain fifth one again?
Sorry, which one?
Fifth.
Fifth one. Okay, no issues. We will discuss again the fifth one. See the fifth one, what they have given. The law of indices number what? Fifth. Just try to understand. See this. The fifth one. If I will get, see this, if I will write 10 raised to minus 2, the power is what? 10 raised to minus 2. So at this place, I can write this one as a what? 10 raised to minus 2. I can write 1 upon 10 raised to plus 2. Understood what I'm saying? If I will get a raised to minus 2, that I can write 1 upon a raised to plus 2. Understood? If I will get a raised to minus m, so that can be written as what? 1 upon a raised to plus m. Understood this one? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, good. So now we will proceed further, and my question is, You will have faced any problem when you were solving these questions, these 9 questions. You will have faced any problem in these 9 questions? Because I have given homework. This question as a what? Homework. So you can ask me if you have faced any problem, or you all want that I should solve each and every question.
No, sir.
So is there any
No,
question
sir.
that you want to ask? Anyone?
No, sir.
No.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir,
No, sir.
I want 8 to 1.
8th one. Okay. If we talk about the 8th one, see what they have given. Just try to understand. This is nothing but 5 upon 7 raised to plus 3. What they have written 5 upon 7 raised to plus 3. If you will compare this one with the 7th, so this, just see the 7th rule of the indices, law of indices, the 7th one. You will get what similar kind of the what structure. You will get similar kind of structure. How? That is what a upon b raised to m they have given. What they have given, a upon b raised to m. If we talk about this one, that is what 5 upon 7 raised to 3. 5 upon 7 raised to 3. So you can see that at this place a upon b, at this place what 5 upon 7. There is a what power is m, and here what power is 3. So if we separate it, so I can write 5 raised to 3. And the denominator become what? 7 raised to 3. That's it. Understood how I have written? With the help of what? 7th law. Was it clear?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Next to that, very, very simple. Just try to understand. We will proceed further. And the topic is what they have given. The next topic they have given, that is what? Meaning of the what? Numbers with the rational indices. What they have written? Rational indices. Just try to understand this one. I'm going to read it. Okay. So everyone just listen carefully and focus on the screen. You will get the idea. Very, very simple topic, this one. But you have to understand. For that purpose, you have to take some efforts. Okay. Now, see this, what they have given. The first one, what they have written, meaning of the numbers when the index is what? A rational number of the what form? That is 1 upon n. That is what? 1 upon n. So whenever you will get what? The number, rational number in the form of what? 1 upon n. So let us see the meaning of the indices in the form of what? Rational number, such as 1 upon 2, 1 upon 3, 1 upon 5, and till now that is what? I can write 1 upon n. So that n can be what? Any number, right? So n can be what? Any number. So it is what? In the form of 1 upon n actually. To show the square, see, to show the square of the numbers, the index is what? Written as a what? 2. And to show the what? Square root of the number, the index is written as what? 1 upon 2. What is meaning of 2 and 1 upon 2? If I want to show the square of a number 1 upon 5, if I want to show the square of a number, that is what? 1 upon 5. So I can write this one as 1 upon 5 raised to 2. But if I want to show the square root of that number, I can write 1 upon, let's say 5. I want to what? Represent square root of that number. So I can write 1 upon 5 raised to power is what? 1 upon 2. See, there is a change in the power. There is what? Change in the power. That is what? The index. What we are calling this one as a what? Index. This is what? Base, and this one as an index. Whenever we are writing a raised to m, in that m is your index and a is your base. In a similar manner, 1 upon 5 become your base and 2 become your what? Index. So you all can understand what they have written. If you want to show the what? Square of a number, such kind of a number, if you want to show what? Square, so what you can do, you can write the power as a what? Power as what? You can write power as 2. So you can write the power of that number as a 2. But if you want square root of that number, what you can do, you can write, yeah ma'am, yeah ma'am.
Yeah. Good morning. Just 1 minute.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah. All the students.
Yeah, just try to understand now. Say this. So if I want to what? Square of such kind of a number, that is what? Written in the form of 1 upon n. Whenever you will get a number in the form of 1 upon n, and if you want the square of that number, so what you are going to write at the place of index, you are going to write what? 2. But if you want what square root of that number, what you will write? 1 upon 2. See the differences. If you want square, you will write 2. If you want square root, you will write 1 upon 2. Understood? Is it clear? Is it clear both the things?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next to that, what they have written, just try to understand. With the help of example, they have explained square root of 25 is written as what? See this, square root of 25 is written as what? In this way they have written. They have created what? Such kind of symbol, and inside that they have written what? 25. In that they have written what? 25. What is meaning of that? What is meaning of that? Just try to understand. The using of the radical sign. This sign is known as what? Radical sign. Just keep in your mind, this sign is what? Known as radical sign. So using the radical sign, using the what? Index, it is what? Express as. Using the radical, see this. If you want to express with the help of radical sign, you can write in this way. If you want to express in the form of what? Index, you can write in this way. That is what? 25 raised to 1 upon 2. Why 1 upon 2? Because we are writing the square root of 25. So whenever we will talk about the square root, your index become 1 by 2. Whenever we will talk about the square, your index become 2. I hope square root and square is clear to you all. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Sir, please explain once
Yes,
again.
sir.
Once again. Okay, okay. Listen again. Listen. See what I'm, listen, what they have given. If I want square root of 25, what they have written? Square root of 25. That means what we are talking about this one. So if I want to write in a radical form, we have two forms at this place. One is radical, second is what? Index form. One is radical form, second is index form. So whenever we want to write in what? Radical form, I can write in this way. But if we want to write what or express in the form of what? Index, what we can write? That 25 raised to what? We will write that index at that place. We will write what? 1 upon 2. At the place of index, what we will write? 1 upon 2. I hope this one is clear to you all. Yes or no? Is it?
Yes, sir.
Anyone? Any doubt
Yes,
till now?
sir.
Is there anyone?
Yes, sir.
Is there anyone? Any doubt? No doubt. Good. Next to that, what they have given, say this. In general, the square of say this, square of a can be written as a raised to 2, and the square root of a can be written as, that is what? In the radical, that is what? A. And here is what they have written 2. See, if you will write in this way, see what I'm writing, just try to understand. If I will write 9 in this format, or if I will write at this place 2, the meaning is very clear. That meaning is very simple. That is, this is what? Representing the square root of 9. That is what? Representing what? Square root of 9. But if you want to represent cube root of 9, what you can do? You can write 9, and at this place you will write 3. If you want fifth root of 9, you can write 9 at this place, and you can write 5 at this place. See this, just try to understand. At which place I'm writing 5? I'm not writing 5 root of 9 in this way. I'm writing root of 9, and that is what? Fifth root. So I'm writing 5 at this place. See the location where I'm writing 5. This should be what? Your location of the root, nth root. In general, very simple, I can say this is what? Nth root of 5. Let's say nth root of 5 I'm saying, and I can write nth root of 9 also. Meaning is very simple. I hope this one is clear to you all. If you
Yes,
want
sir.
to write in a radical form, you can write in this way. But if you want to write in an index form, so what you can do? This can be written as 9 raised to what? 1 upon 2. This can be written as 9 raised to 1 upon 3. Just try to understand, 1 upon 3. This can be written as 9 raised to 1 upon 5. And this can be written as, just try to understand, this is not a what? in the radical form, because we have written 5 outside. So 5 root 9, I can read it what? Read this one as what? 5, and 5 multiply by what? Square root of 9. How we can read this one? 5 multiply by what? What? Square root of 9. So this I can read in this way. But if we talk about this one, this is what? 9 raised to 1 upon 5. If we talk about this one, so I can write 9 raised to 1 upon n. I hope everything is clear till now, or anyone any doubt, please you can ask if you have. Is there any doubt?
Sir, please explain again.
Again, okay. Okay. Yes, Prachi, see this. They have written in general square can, see the square of a can be written as square of a. A is a number, and that if we want to write the square of that number, how we can write that number? Power is 2. If I want square of 25, how we are writing? 25 raised to 2. If I want square of 9, how we are writing? 9 raised to 2. Understood? But after that, what they have written? If we need square root of what? See this, square root of that number a. So how you can write? Square root of a is written as, say this, how they have written square root of a. Is it clear to you all? See this, they have used a radical. Inside the radical, they have written a. Outside that, outside, see this is also a place outside of that radical. But if you will observe, you will get the idea that radical, outside the radical, see the location they have written 2. 2 is written at this place. Understood? So very simple. That one is representing the square root. Whenever you will get 2, that one is a square root. Instead of 2, if I will write 5, so that becomes 5th root of a. See, I'm not writing 5 at this place. Just keep in mind, if you will write 5 at this place, that become what? 5 into root of a. Understood? This is not a 5th root of a. That become what? 5 into root of a. I hope this one is clear to you all. Yes or no? Prachi, is this clear?
Sir.
Still doubt?
Yes, sir.
Or clear? Prachi?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good, good. Now we'll move to the next page, see what they have given. For example, if we have 4 raised to 3, see, power is 3, so same number we are multiplying 3 times. How many times we are multiplying? 3 times. At the end, you will get the product as what? 64. What you will get product as a 64. If we go further, what they have given? The cube root of 64 can be written as, so this is how they have written the cube root of 64. If you can observe, just try to understand at this place, you will get the idea. In the second line, they have written what? The cube root of 64. So in the form of radical, they have written what? Check. In the form of radical, how they have written? In the form of radical, how they have written? Check. Very simple, they have written in this way. 64. See, if I will write this only, this become a square root of 64. Understood? But if I will mention at this place 3, that become cube root of 64. Understood? So this is the what? Representation of the cube root. This is what the representation of the cube root. Next to that, just try to understand. Next to that, what they have given. If I want to write in a what? Index form. So this only I can write in this way. See this, what I'm writing. 64, and the power of that number I will write 1 upon 3. Become the what? Power of this number. And that is what to write in this form is known as what? Index form. That is what known as index form. I hope this one is clear to you all.
Yes, sir.
And at the end, whenever we want 64, cube root of 64, see, cube root of 64, I can write, see, when we are finding square root, what we are doing actually, can anyone explain me? See, if I want square root of, let's say, if I want square root of 9, suppose I'm writing at this place, if I need square root of 9, I'm writing 2 also. So what we are doing, inside the root, we are finding the factors for the 9 and we are writing 3 into 3. If we get, just try to understand, if we get a pair of what? That number, see this, 3 is what in a pair? We have a group of 2 numbers inside the square root, and outside root we are writing 1 times 3. And we are saying that square root of 9 is nothing but answer is 3. Yes or no? In the same manner, if we find what cube root of 64, so what we will do? Again, we will find factors for the 64. So I can write 4 into 4 into 4. 4 4s are 16 and 16 4s are 64. So whenever you will get inside the cube root a pair, see this, a group of 3 numbers, then outside the root you can write 1 time, and you can say that 4 is the what answer for the cube root of 64. I hope this one is clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or anyone any doubt? Anyone any doubt? Good. No. Okay. Now we will proceed further. See what they have given next. Conversely, fifth root of 243. See, before that what they have written, just try to understand. 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. That is what 3 is multiplying 5 times, and that is equal to, they have written 3 raised to 5. You all can see at this place. And 3 raised to 5 is nothing but 243. Whenever you will multiply 3 5 times, at the end you will get 243 as the answer. Okay, as what answer you will get 243. That is the fifth power of 3. Very simple. The fifth power of 3 is what? Nothing but 243. What you will get? 243 as a fifth power. Conversely, the fifth root of 243 is expressed as, say this, if you want to express in the index form, you can write in this way. You all can check. What we need? Fifth root of 243. And if you want to write in a radical form, see this, you will get the idea how we have written in a radical form. The power, fifth power. So what we have written, see this, 1/5. Fifth root, when we talk about the fifth root, we will write what? That number raised to 1/5. Fifth root, that means what? Radical, and at this place we will write 5. You all can say this. Is it visible on your screen? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
So understood
Yes,
this
sir.
one. So fifth root of
Yes,
243 become what? Your answer become 3. Your answer become how much? 3 is the answer. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Good, very good.
Yes, sir.
So in general, nth root of a is expressed as a raised to 1 upon n. In general, nth root of a is expressed as 1 upon a raised to, say, a raised to 1 upon n. In general, if we want to express nth root of any number, that number raised to what? 1 upon n. For example, 128 raised to 1 upon 7, 7th root of 128, and the 900 raised to what? 1 upon 12 is nothing but 12th root of 900. In the same manner, you can write this. Now you can understand what they have written. Very simple. If you will read this, how you can read? That is nothing but 7th root of 128. If we talk about this one, they have written 12th root of 900. If we talk about this one, what they have written? 5th root of 10. Understood this one? Is it clear? So based on the entire thing, whatever we have discussed, you all have a what? Practice set 3.1. You can write each and every question. I'm going to solve one question, for example, from first one and the second one. The rest of things you can write very easy. If you will not able to answer for these questions, we will discuss in our next lecture. Okay, so just try to understand. I'm taking 2 more minutes for this. In the first question, what they have written, express the following number in the what? Index form. What they have given? Express the following number in the what? Index form. Express the following number in the what? Index form. What they have written? 5th root of 13. So how we will write? 13 raised to 1 upon 5. Understood? I have written each and everything. On your screen, you can see the answer also. If we talk about the second one, what they have given? Nth root of a in each of the following numbers. So nth root of a, see, what they have written? 81 raised to 1 upon 4. So we can simply say that 4th root of 81. Square root of 49, 5th root of 15, 9th root of 512, 19th root of 100, 7th root of 6, 7th root of 30, so 30 raised to 1 upon 7, square root of 256, so 256 raised to 1 upon 2, 8th root of 100. So 8 raised to, sorry, 8, right? So I have written 18. I'm so sorry. At this place, you will get what? 8th root of 1 upon 8. Sorry, 8th root of 100, right? So 100 raised to 1 upon 8, we will write at this place. If we talk about this one, cube root of 17. So 17 raised to 1 upon 3. I hope this one is clear. 6 root of 9. That is nothing but what? 9 raised to 1 upon 6. Is it clear to you all? I have discussed each and every question from this exercise.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you want to see I have recorded this video. I have recorded the entire things, whatever we have discussed. If you want to listen it again, the same lecture, on YouTube, you can search the spelling check. Maths. I will add this video also. Spelling, the very important spelling. If you will write wrong spelling, you will not get this one. On this, at this place, you will get each and everything related to this chapter. Okay, whatever we are discussing, I will upload it. Understood? Is it clear? So you can see that video also. Okay, now we will move to the what